We are living in an exciting time of diversity and change, not just for us at the Bon Marche, but throughout America. It is estimated that by the year 2000, females, immigrants, and groups considered minorities will average over 80% of the growth in the workforce of the United States. By that same example, so will our customer base. Consequently, learning to communicate with people of diverse cultural backgrounds has become more and more important to businesses and corporations than ever before.
At the Bon Marche, our goal is to build an environment that values diversity, so all employees can realize their full potential. It is everyone's responsibility to support this goal in practice and in spirit in every aspect of our business. This will enable our company to prosper with the best work effort, the best skills, and the best ideas and experiences contributed by each one of us. This is more than a matter of quotas or numbers. It involves placing and promoting people that represent diverse cultures, ages, and backgrounds, while also creating a workplace that is supportive of differences. Simply put, as a place to shop and to work, our standards will be nothing less than the acceptance and understanding of all people. If we can't do that, I want to know about it. Appreciating diversity is not just what I believe, it is the conduct we expect from all employees. From myself and the rest of senior management, we also realize there is no other way to run a successful retail business. One of the mechanisms we have in place to advise and counsel the organization on issues of diversity is the Code Committee.
The Bon Marche Committee on Diversified Employment, more commonly known as CODE, was originally developed as a Minority Affairs Committee. As we have evolved, we have also expanded in order to manage diversity issues for all people of color, for women, and for other minorities as well. Our mission, it is to provide networking, support, and resources for our minority employees in achieving their personal and professional goals. CODE also serves as a channel of communication to management on issues which relate to diversity. This includes our employees and the increasing diversity of our customers.
Diversity. It's the essence of our society. It's a reality in our stores and will forever be a part of our workplace. Given this environment, the Bon Marche has an obligation, both to our employees and to our customers, to be a company which is sensitive to these differences. Strong companies with a vision for the future will create strength from these differences and not let them become barriers. One of the basic tools we have to assure this strength is communication. Communication includes a willingness to listen to others, to seek understanding despite differences, and to support one another in an effort to do the best job possible, which is, after all, why we're here in the first place. We cannot let ignorance, intolerance, and misunderstanding become the barriers which stand in the way of getting the job done.
Diversity is a reality in our daily lives, whether it's on the job or at school or in our neighborhoods. In retail, we all communicate and interact with people of different cultural backgrounds as a way of life. I feel we do a great job, but then there are times when even the slightest breakdown in communication can offend a customer and has the potential of destroying what we work so hard to build. A customer recently brought this situation to my attention. Two women were shopping on the third floor. One of them spoke no English at all, one very limited English. They couldn't find the price on an item. There was no tag. Sales associate looked, couldn't find a price tag on it, and didn't know what the item price was. She called the department manager over. He looked, and he couldn't find it, and he mumbled under his breath, "What stupid person didn't remark this merchandise?" The customers heard the remark, were sure that the reference was that they were stupid. Well, fortunately, they came to my office, were very unhappy, but we were able to rectify the situation, and they left happy.
Whether it's to solve problems, to avoid offending people, or to break down barriers, communication plays a vital role in our diverse workplace. For both customers and employees, you can do no wrong by listening without making judgment or asking questions in order to clarify. Keep in mind that differences created by culture, age, gender, or any other factor are not a matter of right or wrong. They're just another way of dealing with the world around us. When differences cause communication breakdowns to occur, a key issue is often stereotyping. This happens when you're not dealing with a person on an individual basis, but you categorize him or her based on general assumptions. At the very least, this can be insensitive. At the most, it can be downright harmful.
Stereotyping can lead to embarrassing situations, but when dealing with customers, it can sometimes lead to disaster. A customer came into my office very upset. She tried to return an item without a receipt. She had purchased it a month earlier and wanted to return it and credit to her account. The sales associate offered $9.99. That was the last markdown price, and then added, "You people never buy anything at regular price."
How can you say things like that to me? I want to talk to your manager.
We're a product of how we grew up. Most of us live pretty segregated lives, and much of what we've been taught about those who are different from us have been learned from the media, which most often reinforces negative stereotypes. Consequently, we must open our minds to new and different information. Now, what I'm talking about is not an issue of whether or not you're prejudiced. Neither is it a call to run out and stamp out racism. But it is a call for us to ask ourselves if we are truly sensitive to the feelings and differences in other people.
This is pretty nice. Thank you ever so much. Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Just fine.
Good. These are really nice, aren't they?
Those are very, very nice. But I have something I think you would really like. Let me show you.
Come on, boys.
Now, these are really what you would like. This, I feel, would be just perfect. It's right in your price range.
I was home one Saturday afternoon and the kids were playing in the yard and I was just doing some general house cleaning. So I don't know, I decided that I wanted to spruce up the bedroom. I thought that having a real nice, elegant bedspread would be what I wanted. So I just grabbed the kids out of the yard and just took them as I was with my sweats and whatever, and we went to the barn to look for a new bedspread. When the sales associate told me that this would be more in my price range, I was angry. I was insulted because she assumed that I couldn't afford to buy the bedspread I was looking at. Even though I still shop at the barn and I truly feel that the salesperson meant well, I feel that the experience was very disrespectful to me and my family. And those type of experiences do hurt.
Our business revolves around people. People with different wants and needs, different backgrounds and experiences. As our communities become even more diverse, our continued success as a company will be built upon finding ways to be inclusive of all people. We need a workforce that is accepting of people's differences, one that practices equality and fairness, and that realizes the value of diversity. As a person, if you are only comfortable being around people that look like you, talk like you, and think like you, you will probably have a difficult time succeeding in this business, because our customers come from all walks of life. As employees of the Bon Marche, we must be eager and willing to help each person we come in contact with. It's really just a matter of applying the principles of courtesy and respect to everyone.
It's been my experience that one of the most important things we can do is try to understand the other person's position, walk in their shoes, so to speak. It's difficult to do that when you're talking about minorities if you're living in this country and you're white, Anglo-Saxon male, as I am. I did have an opportunity several years ago, however, on my first visit to Tokyo, Japan. There, I was very definitely the minority. I was tall, white, and didn't speak any Japanese. And worst of all, I was lost. I found very quickly, however, that the Japanese people that I met on the street were willing and anxious to help me. Even though they spoke little English, I had several people trying to help, and one person actually took me by the arm, led me several blocks out of their way to my destination. I felt so much better having that kind of help and comfort. However different we may be, we all respond favorably to appreciation, consideration, and courtesy.
By erasing the old stereotypes and negatives we all learned as we were growing up, from such things as TV and movies, school books, comic books, fairy tales, and cultural biases,
we'll all be able to treat each other and our customers the way we all want to be treated.
Quite honestly, we can reduce tension and avoid misunderstandings and bad feelings
by really just getting to know each other and valuing our differences.
We need to talk rather than assume. Think first before telling a joke or making an offhanded remark.
Regardless of our gender, our age, ethnic background, disability, or lifestyle,
we can all afford to be sensitive.
It costs us nothing to ask when we don't understand, or to smile and pleasantly acknowledge a customer or a coworker.
Respect for differences creates for all of us a great working and shopping environment. Bottom line, what's good for us and
our customer is good for our business.